In today's video, I'm going to go over my Week 8 of the 2021 MLB Power Rankings, and that's what I'm going to do in today's video. But before I get into this video, 75% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed, so get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like on this video. Subscribe, turn notifications, and leave a like, and let's go ahead and get into this video. Let's go ahead and get into it. So, coming in at number 30. Oh, that's the wrong week. Give me one sec. So, yeah. Coming in at number 30 this week, I've got the Detroit Tigers. The Tigers are horrible. There's not much else to be said here. They're clearly tanking for whoever the best prospect is in that 2022 MLB draft. But have not had a terrible last 10 games. 6-4. On a one-game losing streak, 14-26 record right now, 10.5 games back. Fourth in the AL Central, 9-12 at home, 5-14 on the road. As far as their hitting goes, they're currently ranked dead last in baseball with 36 home runs, 136 RBIs, and a 222 batting average. Pretty horrible there, along with their pitching, which is just not that great either. Minus Matthew Boyd, 14-26 record, obviously, with a 4.85 ERA. So, not great. The Tigers are obviously not a great baseball team. They were not expected to be. We're still looking to see what A.J. Hinch, as the manager, does for this team, because A.J. Hinch, we know how good of a manager he is. He doesn't have a very talented team around him right now to do much at all. So we're really going to have to see there what he does. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into number 29. I've got the Minnesota Twins. The Twins are horrible. They were 27 last week. This team's really, really bad. I think they have the worst record in baseball right now. Yeah, they do. They are currently 13-25, fifth place in the AL Central, 2-8 in the last 10, 7-13 at home, 6-12 on the road. You can clearly see the frustration coming out from this team. This team is simply just not playing good baseball at all for the expected Twins team that we were expected to see. The hitting's still been good, where they rank fifth in all of baseball with 51 home runs, 166 RBIs, and 243 batting average, compared to their pitching, which ranks currently dead last in all of baseball, combining relief pitching and starting pitching with a 4.63 ERA. And it's been quite horrible. I think that their bullpen probably is the worst in all of Major League Baseball right now. The bullpen's absolutely horrible, and that's the main reason. Kenta Maeda has also been disappointing this season, which is not very good at all. Not a bright sign for a player who was just top 3 in the Cy Young just a year ago. Coming in at number 28, I've got the Colorado Rockies, who were at number 29 last week and are currently 15-26, fifth in the NL West, 3-7 in the last 10, 13-12 at home, and brutally 2-14 on the road. Like I said last week with the Rockies, they're proving to me why the Coors Field effect is actually right. And I don't think it's totally right, but I think that they're kind of proving to me why it could be right. So the Rockies currently rank 17th at all baseball in hitting with 41 home runs, 187 RBIs, and a 249 batting average. The hitting's clearly not the problem. Like, their hitting is going to be okay in Coors Field. They still have Trevor Story in that lineup. They still have C.J. Cron, who we knew was going to break out with the power that he has in Coors Field. You've also got Charlie Blackmon in that lineup, Josh Fuentes, who I think is going to be very, very good. The Rockies have some prospects that can be decent, but not a great farm system in one of the toughest divisions in all of baseball. At number 27, I've got the Pittsburgh Pirates, who were at number 28 last week. Pirates are starting to even out, 17-23 right now, fifth in the NL Central, 4-6 in the last 10, 8-11 at home, and 9-12 on the road. Their hitting currently ranks 28th in all of baseball, 26 home runs, 130 RBIs, and a 228 batting average. And their pitching currently ranks 16th in all baseball, 17-23 with a 4.32 ERA. Richard Rodriguez has been lights out in the bullpen. He'll definitely be a trade candidate come trade deadline. And yeah, we're going to be making a whole video about possible trade candidates at the 2021 MLB trade deadline a bit later this week, so make sure to check out for that video. Moving on next to at number 26, I've got the Baltimore Orioles, who were at this same spot last week. The Orioles are currently 17-23, fifth in the AL East, 3-7 in the last 10, 6-15 at home, and 11-8 away from Camden Yards. Moving on to the hitting, where they currently rank 25th in all baseball, 39 home runs, 147 RBIs, and a 231 batting average, along with their pitching, which currently ranks 10th in all baseball with 17 wins against 23 losses, and a 4.26 ERA. The pitching is going to be pretty decent for this team. They're doing something with their pitching, which is working really well. John Means has been very, very good. Been very, very good. You can't say much else to that. He's one of the front runners for Cy Young right now. If we're honestly being honest, and most improved player, honestly. You've also got Paul Fry, Tanner Scott, Cesar Valdez in that bullpen. All those could be possible trade candidates once it comes trade deadline, along with Trey Mancini in that lineup, who could definitely be a possible trade candidate. And a lot of teams could be looking for that power at the 2021 MLB trade deadline. Moving on to number 25, I've got the Arizona Diamondbacks moving down 4 spots from last week. At number 21, they were last week, and they're at number 25 this week, 18-23 record right now, 3-7 in the last 10, 9-9 at home, and 9-14 on the road. And currently, their hitting currently ranks. Their hitting currently ranks. Their hitting currently ranks. I'm trying to find it right here, but clearly. What? I literally cannot find their hitting. I'm trying to find their hitting. Like, I'm not even joking. I cannot find. Okay, I just saw it. 8th at all baseball. 47 home runs, 179 RBIs, and 237 batting average. Along with the pitching, which is pretty bad, 18-23 with a 4.88 ERA. The pitching was definitely the weakness coming into the season. Coming in at number 24, I've got the Kansas City Royals. This team comes off a 12-game losing streak, 2-8 in the last 10, 18-22. Third in the AL Central just because the AL Central is that bad. 8-12 at home and 10-10 on the road. The AL Central's bad. There's nothing else that can be said about it. The AL Central is pretty horrible, and that's how they rank third in the AL Central. But still, they have not played good baseball either. They're starting to even out, and they're 18-22 right now. Moving on to the hitting side of things, where they currently rank 24th in all baseball, 37 home runs, 155 RBIs, and 234 batting average. Their hitting's got to step up because that's supposed to be the strong suit of this team. Moving on to the pitching side of things, where their pitching currently ranks 15th in all baseball, average 4.65 ERA, and an 18-22 record, obviously. Coming in at number 23, I've got the Washington Nationals, who coincidentally do move up 1 spot from last week, but that's not really anything good to say about them because 16-20 record right now, 3 games back, 4-6 in the last 10, along with 9-10 at home and 7-10 on the road. This team has just not been very good since that World Series back in 2019. There's not much to say here. They've not been good since 2019 when they won the World Series. Since that, they've been pretty horrible. They're currently ranked 12th at all baseball in hitting with 37 home runs, 138 RBIs, and 254 batting average. Along with the pitching side of things, where they currently rank, for the pitching side of things 28th in all baseball, 16-20 with a 4.87 ERA. Their pitching once again has got to step it up because they need to step it up because literally this is supposed to be the strong suit of their team, and they're currently 28th in all baseball. I know the bullpen does play a factor into that, but still, we're going with overall pitching stats. 22 is the Los Angeles Angels. Coincidentally, once again, they move up 3 spots from last week. That's not really anything good to say about the Angels because they're 4-6 in the last 10, 17-22, 8-9 at home, and 9-13 on the road. I'm sorry, Angels fans, but your team really frustrates me. And it's not and I love some of the players on the Angels, like Shohei Ohtani, Mike Trout, Anthony Rendon. A ton of fun to watch. But this team also, when I watch them, makes me mad because of, for one, no pitching. And it just kind of does frustrate me. So, yeah, their hitting currently ranks 21st in all of baseball, 49 home runs, 161 RBIs, and 250 batting average. That's awful for their hitting. 20th in all of baseball for their pitching, 17-22 with a 5.32 ERA. That's horrible. I don't know what else I'm supposed to say about them. But their pitching's horrible and their hitting's very good. 19-19 for the Reds, who ranked 23rd last week and are 21 this week. 2.5 games back, 6-4 in the last 10 on a 2-game winning streak, 10-7 at home and 9-12 on the road. This team is simply the most average, maybe the most average team in baseball. Both Ohio teams are just very average, and I think that's kind of what we expected from the Reds, especially going off what where I put them in the division after the start of the season, where I put them in 3rd place. But the pitching ranks at 19th in all baseball with a 19-19 record, obviously with a 4.83 ERA. And their hitting has been very, very good. 54 home runs, 193 RBIs, and a 252 batting average, which ranks 6th in all baseball. At number 20, I've got the Miami Marlins. The Marlins are the exact opposite of the Reds. The Marlins have better pitching. So, yeah, the Marlins pitching currently ranks 11th in all of baseball with a 3.55 ERA, which is not bad at all. Their hitting currently ranks towards the bottom at number 22 with 37 home runs, 151 RBIs, and a 229 batting average. Moving quickly through the power rankings, at number 19, we've got the Chicago Cubs, who moved down one spot from last week. You know my opinions on the Cubs. Go watch this most directionless team in Major League Baseball video. You'll kind of get my opinions on the Cubs. Cubs fans, you might not want to watch that video because I might be a little too harsh on your favorite team. 19-20 record right now, 3 games back, and 6-4 in the last 10, 13-8 at home, and 6-12 away from Wrigley. Currently, the Cubs are ranked 27th in all of baseball. I just scrolled to the bottom of the page. That's kind of what I figured with the Cubs. 4.33 ERA. Kyle Hendricks has been horrible for what was expected to be their most consistent pitcher. Along with 19th in all of baseball in hitting, 45 home runs, 170 RBIs, and a 231 batting average. Moving on to number 18, we've got the Milwaukee Brewers, who kind of steadily are starting to stay in that 15 to 18 range with a 21-20 record. Currently 2 games back, 4-6 in the last 10, 10-12 at home, and 11-8 on the road. Currently, the Brewers rank 23rd in hitting with 45 home runs, 147 RBIs, and a 214 batting average. Their hitting's absolutely terrible. They don't have Christian Yelich, and their hitting's just lost. Keston Hiura, who was supposed to be one of their best hitters coming into the season, is not even in Major League Baseball right now. He's in AAA. And their pitching has kept them in games. 6-10 pitching with a 21-20 record with 3.68 ERA. They're talented from the pitching side. But if their hitting can show up, then they are a scary, scary team. 17, I'm gonna keep moving them up till it looks stupid. Texas Rangers, number 19, last week. They did move up 2 spots, but it's not necessarily because of great things, because they have lost 6 in a row. But still, the Rangers do continue to just hang in there. They lost 6 straight, but before that, they were doing very, very well. And if you took those 6 losses out, they would be right at average with 18-18. And I don't think you could really say you expected that from the Rangers. 9-10 at home and 9-14 on the road. At number 16, I've got the Mariners, who moved down 3 spots from last week. The Mariners are currently kind of average, 21-20, 3.5 games back of the AL West, and they're currently 3rd in the AL West, 4-6 in the last 10. On a 3-game winning streak, 12-9 at home, 9-11 on the road. I'm sure a lot of you are wondering my opinions on the Jared Kelenic and Logan Gilbert call-up. Very good question there. My opinions on Logan Gilbert and Jared Kelenic are close to the same. Logan Gilbert, I think, is going to be a solid starting pitcher, along with Jared Kelenic, who I really do think he has potential to be one of the best hitters in baseball in just a couple years. Going on to the next team, the Phillies. They moved down 4 spots. Their fielding has to be the worst in all of baseball. You know that I don't get into fielding a lot on this channel, but I'm just going to go ahead and get into it because why not? And yeah. So they currently rank. I'm not exactly sure of all the stats of defense because I just really don't look at it that much. But for good reason, because it really is not that relevant. But 15th in all baseball somehow. But it looked like 30th in baseball yesterday. Absolutely terrible fielding. I just don't even know what to say to that. Their fielding was terrible. 15th in all baseball, right at average. In the hitting side of things, 44 home runs, 161 RBIs, and a 237 batting average. And the pitching side of things currently ranks 12th in all baseball, 21-20, with a 4.21 ERA. I think this is the right spot. The stats are proving why they should be at that 15th spot. At number 14, just above the middle, I've got the Rays, who are coincidentally there again from last week. But 23-19 right now, 2 games back, 6-4 in the last 10 on a 4-game winning streak. They swept the Mets 11-12 at home and 12-7 on the road, but they swept the Mets, which is huge because honestly, I think that this team has a ton of potential, and I don't think that the league's really ready for this Tampa Bay Rays future because it is really, really good. Their pitching currently ranks 7th in all baseball, as you could expect, 23-19 with a 3.60 ERA. And the hitting currently ranks 10th in all baseball, 44 home runs, 173 RBIs, and 226 batting average. The 226 batting average is still not particularly great, but still. At number 13, I've got the Atlanta Braves. You know, that's a Braves fan. I'd love to put them higher. But I've got to be realistic. And that's what I do on this channel. I'm realistic, and I'm not going to be biased for my own team. 5-5 in the last 10, 19-21. Like I've said, 5-5 in the last 10 kind of seems to be always like it is. 9-11 at home, 10-10 on the road. The pitching's horrible. 14th in all baseball in the hitting side of things with 59 home runs, 181 RBIs at 229 batting average. But the hitting is towards the bottom, or the pitching is towards the bottom with them being 26th in all baseball, 19-21 with a 4.65 ERA. It's been frustrating. It's really been frustrating to be a Braves fan because they are horrible and they should just be better. It's simple enough. Next, at number 12, I've got the Toronto Blue Jays to move up 3 spots from last week. The Blue Jays, I am interested to see what they do end up doing with George Springer in the lineup. 22-17 right now, 1.5 games back of the AL East, and 7-3 in the last 10 on a 2-game winning streak. 9-5 at home, 13-12 on the road. Another week like this, and they could definitely sneak their way into the top 10. Moving on to number 11, I've got the New York Yankees. The Yankees just come outside the top 10 this week as they are 2 games back of the AL East. Third place right now, 22-18, 6-4 in the last 10, 11-9 at home, and 11-9 on the road as well. So they've been getting solid starts out of Corey Kluber and Garrett Cole, which is huge. They currently rank first in all of baseball in the pitching side of category. Now, I know that their bullpen does help out a lot there. 22-18 record with a 3.36 ERA. For the hitting side of things, they currently are ranked towards the bottom with 20th in baseball, 55 home runs, 149 RBIs, and 225 batting average. Coming in at number 10, moving on to the top 10, we've got the San Diego Padres. The Padres have been rather disappointing this year, but also have had a ton of injuries. Fernando Tatis Jr. has been out for most of the season, and they've just had a lot of injuries. 7-3 in the last 10, though, on a 3-game winning streak. 24-17 record right now, just half a game back of the San Francisco Giants for first place. 12-10 at home and 12-7 on the road, and they've got even a plus 40 run differential. They currently rank in the hitting category 18th in all baseball, 39 home runs, 168 RBIs, and a 238 batting average, along with the pitching, which ranks 8th in all baseball with a 2.86 ERA, 24-17 on the season. Moving on to number 9, I've got the divisional rival, I guess you could say, San Francisco Giants, moved down 4 spots from last week. 6-4 in the last 10, 24-16 record, 14-4 at home, and 10-12 on the road. And for the Giants, they are currently 9th in all of baseball on the hitting side of things, which is probably not what you expected coming into the season. 22-25 batting average, along with 53 home runs and 164 RBIs. And their pitching currently ranks 9th as well, with 24 wins against 16 losses and a 3.29 ERA. Moving on to number 8, I've got the New York Mets, who do move up 2 spots from last week. They did go on a 7-game winning streak, but then coincidentally lose 3 in a row. So they're 7-3 in the last 10, 18-16. Record right now, 11-4 at home and 7-12 on the road. The Mets are very interesting. It just seems like they cannot really get things going right now. They're currently ranked 26th in all baseball and hitting with 27 home runs, 113 RBIs, and a 231 batting average. And their pitching is currently ranked towards the top, obviously, with second in baseball with an 18-16 record and a 3.30 ERA. Coming in at number 7, I've got Francisco Lindor's former team, the Cleveland baseball team, who move up 2 spots. Last 30 games, they played pretty well. It seems like 6-4 in the last 10 on a 3-game losing streak, but they would be 9-1 if it wasn't for that. 21-17 record, the 2.5 games back already of the White Sox. The White Sox are starting to build a lead in that division. 10-7 at home and 11-10 on the road. And the Cleveland team ranks towards the bottom in hitting, obviously, 46 home runs, 146 RBIs, and a 208 batting average, which ranks 29th in all of baseball, along with 17 for their pitching, which they have a 21-17 record with a 3.56 ERA. Moving on to number 6, I've got the St. Louis Cardinals, who moved down 3 spots from last week. The Cardinals are moving down 3 spots because they just got swept by the Padres, and the Padres are not even healthy. So, yeah, but the Cardinals currently rank in the hitting category 11th in all baseball, just outside the top 10 with 53 home runs, 167 RBIs, and a 231 batting average. But yeah, their pitching currently ranks. Oh, their pitching. Their pitching is 14th in all baseball, 23-18 with a 3.87 ERA. Their pitching has improved from the start. Moving on to number 5, I've got the Houston Astros, who currently have won 6 games in a row, 8-2 in the last 10, 24-17. Right now, 15-9 at home and 9-8 on the road. So, with the Astros, they're currently ranked first in all baseball in hitting with 48 home runs, 205 RBIs, and a 266 batting average, along with their pitching, which currently ranks, 18th in all baseball, 24-17 with 3.78 ERA. Moving on to the top 5 at number 4, I've got division rival Oakland Athletics. Move up 2 spots from last week, 25-17 right now, 6-4 in the last 10 on a 1-game winning streak, 13-11 at home, and 12-7 on the road. For the Athletics, they currently rank 7th in hitting with 53 home runs, 163 RBIs, and a 223 batting average. Moving on next for the Athletics, they currently rank in pitching. In pitching, they currently rank. I'm trying to find it. 13th in all baseball, 25-17 record, obviously, with a 4.11 ERA. Moving in to the top 3, we've got the Los Angeles Dodgers, who move up 1 spot from last week. They're still average. 5-5 in the last 10, or they played average in the last 10. They're not an average team. Don't get that confused. 22-18 right now, 2 games back, 5-5 in the last 10, like I said, 12-6 at home, and 10-12 on the road. Moving on to number 2, I've got the Boston Red Sox, who were at number 1 last week. They did move down 1 spot, but 6-4 in the last 10 on a 1-game losing streak, 13-12 at home, and 12-5 on the road, and a 25-17 record, like I said. For Boston, they rank 4th in hitting with 53 home runs, 198 RBIs, and a 264 batting average. And if you were wondering for the Dodgers, they currently rank 3rd in all baseball with 44 home runs, 196 RBIs, and a 246 batting average. 3rd for Boston in pitching, where they currently rank 3rd in all baseball, 25-17 with a 3.83 ERA. And for the Dodgers, they currently rank 5th in all baseball with a 22-18 record and 3.23 ERA. And coming in at number 1, I've got the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox have to move up from last week. They've been at 2 for 2 consecutive weeks, and I think it's time to move them up. 24-15 right now, 8-2 in the last 10. Like I said, they're starting to build a lead. They've got a 2.5-game lead over the second-place Cleveland baseball team, and 8-2 in the last 10. Like I said, on a 1-game winning streak, 14-8 at home and 10-7 on the road. The White Sox rank 2nd in all baseball in hitting with 36 home runs, 186 RBIs, and 259 batting average. And their pitching currently ranks 4th in all baseball with a 24-15 record and a 3.27 ERA. So yeah, those are my power rankings for Week 8 of the Major League Baseball season. We're 8 weeks into the power rankings. And yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications, because 75% of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So get your life together. Hit that subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a like. Thank you for watching, and peace.